In a small mountain village, two friends lived Daniel and Ethan. Their friendship went back to childhood. They played together at dawn, swam in the river, and shared their dreams under the light of lanterns at night. But their dreams were very different. Daniel was a sensitive and curious boy. He questioned everything, from the stars in the sky to the words written in books. He had a passion for reading and would often borrow old tattered books from the village school teacher, reading them all night by candlelight. His dream was to go to the capital city, study at the great university, learn philosophy, medicine, astronomy, mathematics, everything, and one day change the world with his knowledge. Ethan was the opposite. He loved the smell of earth, the greenness of fields, and the simplicity of a farmer's life. He found peace in planting seeds, watering them, and watching them grow. He would often say to Daniel, "Books don't feed hunger, the land does. Whoever understands the soil, understands life." One evening, the two sat by the riverbank. The air carried the fragrance of apple trees, and the sun was sinking behind the hills. Daniel spoke with determination. "Ethan, tomorrow I will leave this village. The capital is waiting for me. I will learn, I will become someone, and I will change the world." Ethan picked up a lump of soil, crumbling it in his hand, as he replied, "And I will stay here. I will learn what the land has to teach me. What I grow will be my success." They clasped hands firmly and made a promise. 10 years from today, we will meet again at this river and see where life has taken us. Years passed. 10 summers came and went. The village had changed, new fields, new faces, but the river was the same. Daniel was the first to arrive. He wore fine silk robes, polished shoes, and carried leather cases of books. 2 attendants walked behind him, carrying his belongings. He had become a famous scholar of the capital, delivering lectures, writing books, and gaining honor in the courts of kings. Ethan arrived soon after. His clothes were plain, his hands rough, and his face tanned from the sun, yet his eyes carried peace and confidence. Over his shoulder hung a basket of freshly picked apples. "Daniel," Ethan exclaimed with joy, "you truly look like a great scholar. And you," Daniel smiled, "still carry the scent of the earth. I knew you wouldn't change." Daniel invited Ethan to the city. When they reached the capital the next day, Ethan's eyes widened in wonder. Stone-paved streets stretched across the city. Tall buildings glistened, golden bells rang, and markets overflowed with people. At Daniel's home, he was even more amazed. A grand residence stood before him, decorated with golden carvings. Inside, a vast library stretched from wall to wall, with thousands of books lined in perfect order. Servants hurried through the hallways, carrying trays of exotic foods, and the fragrance of perfumed oils lingered in every room. "This is unbelievable," Ethan said. "It feels as if you are a king." "Not a king," Daniel replied with a faint smile. "Only a scholar. But yes, all of this came through knowledge." Soon, however, Ethan noticed something. Daniel had no rest. At dawn, he lectured his students. By noon, he was in the royal court debating with ministers. In the afternoon, he wrote manuscripts, and late into the night, he corrected his students' works. He never stopped, never paused, never breathed freely. "Don't you ever get tired?" Ethan asked one evening. Daniel smiled wearily. "Knowledge never sleeps. If I stop, I will fall behind." A few days later, Ethan took Daniel back to his village fields. As soon as they left the city, the air changed. Open meadows stretched before them. Wheat swayed in the breeze. Animals grazed freely, and the sound of birds filled the skies. Daniel paused. "This is so different. Here, time itself seems to stop." "This," Ethan said softly, "is life, the peace of the soil, the reward of labor, and the gift of nature." That night, they spread out blankets under the open sky. Daniel lay down, looking at the stars. He had not done this in years. For the first time in a decade, he slept deeply, not waking until the morning sun rose. At breakfast, Ethan served bread, butter, and fresh apple cider. Daniel took a bite and was astonished. "This is so simple, yet it tastes better than the grand feasts of the city. Because it comes from labor and love, not gold," Ethan replied. In the days that followed, each saw the world through the other's eyes. Daniel realized that books sharpened the mind, but did not calm the heart. Ethan realized that farming nourished lives, but knowledge shaped nations. One evening, they sat together by the river, just as they had in their childhood. Daniel spoke first. "Ethan, I have read thousands of books, but your fields gave me a peace no book ever has. And I have learned much from the soil," Ethan said. "But your knowledge showed me that a farmer's work, too, is part of the universe." Daniel raised his cup high. "My friend, the scholar feeds the mind, and the farmer feeds the body. Both are equally necessary." Ethan smiled. "It's not what we become that matters, but how true we remain to our work. That is where our true worth lies." The lesson was clear. True success is not measured by wealth or fame, but by fulfilling one's duty with honesty and excellence. Whether through the pen or the plow, both carry equal honor when done with sincerity.